Hello, this is David Dean, and we have another one for the subscriber series. This is PunyGaming, and they have invited me in to take a look at their unique base. One thing, I have gotten several people who wanted me to come in and record their base, and then I go in and it's, I hate to say it, but it's just a normal base. It's boxes around amplifiers. Really trying to do this to show off some unique builds, some different builds, something creative. I know a lot of people just want their stuff up on YouTube regardless, but I really want to put out good stuff here that shows something different, something new. And that's what PunyGaming has done here. It is definitely a weird look. One thing I did really like about it is you have such limited, I guess, materials, structures you can build with, and basically when it comes to colors, you only got, basically you got the black metal, the black stone, you get the brown wood, and then you get the gray stone. And they have tried to incorporate, a different look throughout. And running up into the pyramid build here, where they have the wood against the metal, which I think just gives it a great look. And on this one, there we go with that tumbleweed again. Let's go ahead, settings, effects low, apply, and the giant tumbleweed is gone. Up here in the top of the pyramid build, kind of little temple area, they even put in, wood floors, metal, on top blocking it, and then they did stone arches up here, just giving it a good strong appearance with different materials. And then getting up into there, got to do a little jumping around. Here they just left it one tier metal all the way across. I don't see lobbers ever getting through to the amplifier here, even if he didn't have the massive lobber screen. And wow, this is massive over to the west. They did say they had been attacked twice from the south, which in my videos, every single time, right now I'm up to Storm Shield Defense number 4, I have been attacked from the west. They got attacked twice from the south, and we'll be heading down there. But yeah, just giving it a cool appearance up here, different textures, different looks, and it is looking great. And then heading on down, and I gotta say, I've been grouping 4 or 5 times now with people with the new egg launcher. Everybody is loving it. It is really a cool weapon, just as a tangent there. But right here you have your amplifier inside, or not the amplifier, the home base. 3 tiles wide, have launchers on here, just protecting it. And then this wall of the 2 tile, I guess you would call it, half wall. Instead, well, I guess I can't do that. But yeah, usually I just have the 1 row of 3 squares on the half wall, but they did the 2 row. So if you're good at jumping, that is a great thing, timing those jumps. But we'll get over here to the south first, because they did something extremely different. When I first saw this, I just thought this would have blown up when the husk spawned. But I asked them, and they said they had not had an issue with that. So basically a lot of husks, the second they spawn, they'd be heading up here and getting hit by launchers. Husks are strange, where a lot of times if they get knocked down by launchers on a path like this, instead of just landing there and heading up, they will go all the way back around. And I'm pretty sure that's why he has the design here to help them come back around this way and get launched off again, the whole time getting eaten up by gas traps and slowed down and damaged by wooden floor spikes. And taking it all the way in, put down some fire traps. I think I'm going to level up mine and start using them a little bit more often. And this combines on one side of the wishbone from the west. I'll get back to that. But even if this does, and this is the only place you can put a stair step. You can't put stairs here. And for some strange unknown reason, you can't place stairs or a floor or a wall right in this section. So that is the only place you can put the stairs if you want to do this run. But even if that does blow up, the mobs will come up in here. First, they got to pound their way through there. They can't walk up on that without pounding out the floor, or they'd have to come through here. Or they come through the other side of the south side wishbone into this massive trap tunnel. And this is more of a traditional trap tunnel. Saw a lot from the beginning of the game, just coming in taking massive damage. The wooden floor spikes are slowing them down 30%, but they're getting hit by a large impact from the dynamos, staggering them, along with massive damage. Wall darts hitting them the whole way, gas traps. And if here they got launchers going up to 45, sending them, oh, I did not see that. That is awesome. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the floor launcher sending them up to 45, landing back down over here, and they just have to keep trying. If the smashers, they might charge this since it is a flat wall. Actually, they will if they get close enough. Hopefully they get eaten up beforehand. You can stop that by putting some 45s here if you want, but it is a pretty cool look the way it is right now. And what he's done, and I've seen it throughout this build, he has defender pads all over the place. And I make a big deal about the fact defenders, they actually do some massive damage, but they also die real easy with gas clouds or bees. So what he has done, he has set it up so that the defenders all basically defended from range attacks. And the only thing that defender is going to hit is when something comes in here, and then you're going to get a shotgun in the back of the head. And I've never had it happen to myself, but it sounds pretty painful. So if you do got some smashers coming up here, that is your smasher killer right up there, that defender with that shotgun. And I really like that idea. That is a cool idea. I'm going to start using defenders. I'm going to have to in Canny Valley eventually. The Stonewood is pretty simple. You can get through that with traps. Plankerton is pretty simple. You can get through all that with just traps. The very end of Canny Valley 9 and 10 get pretty darn insane. So might be using some defenders when that comes around. But this is the south side. Once again, I like the temple look with the 45s up there. But let's get over here. And one thing with the slant and the larger half walls, it is really difficult, maybe even impossible to jump over it. It stops you, and that's why he has the little doors in here to help that issue out. But the mob's coming in over here, and he has a huge build, and in truth, I'm not 100% understanding this. Because the spawn point, and you do get some spawns up here. So those spawns will go through here and get totally eaten up. That is a ton of ceiling, electric fields, and wooden floor traps. But there's a spawn point down here, so I'm not sure how much of this will survive throughout the various storm shield defenses. But that's an experiment. So some will blow up and you know not to build there next time, and some will stay and you know that you're good. So, but no, this massive area down here, hardly anything is going to be getting up to even his trap tunnels over here. What does, once again, you've seen this in almost all of them, people putting a 2x2 box here with double launchers. He is doing the wall darts instead of the dynamos, although you could put dynamos on these half walls here. And then on up into here, once again, a place you can put trap, and another place for some unknown reason you cannot place a floor or a wall. Even though physically this outcropping does not look like it impedes upon this area, evidently it does. But here, dynamos. Here, I've seen this. I have a few friends who love building with this slant with a launcher behind it. So anything that comes over here and starts beating on this slant, because they can't just walk through here like you do. So they'll beat on the slant and the launcher will send them back flying. And it is a great technique. I probably should use it a little bit more than I do. But once again, oh, there he is. Just having this up here, anything that spawns out there and comes through over the top, yeah, that ain't going to happen. They are not going anywhere. And let's see, I just put up this double stairwell on my Storm Shield Defense number 4 video. I'm not sure if he had it up beforehand or not, but it worked perfect, this double stair step. Now, he did his traps different up here, where he has 2x2 rooms with launchers and dynamos, once again, knocking them back. And then if they manage to make it out here, and about here is where the smashers... Well, no, they won't charge until they get a view at the amplifier, so hopefully they wouldn't charge over here. So the launcher's sending them back into those traps. But with everything this person has built, there isn't a lot that is ever going to get up here. This is just huge, huge defense up here. And then once again over here on the same, on this other side, same thing. A 2x2 room with launchers heading on down. This is a super strong defense here. A lot of building materials. And they look like they're having some fun, but definitely some original ideas with it. Going to get over, they have placed their first amplifier down. And I saw some good things on that. Some things I wanted to point out because I made a mistake. He's building this a lot like I built my Canny Valley on my first account, where I left this open for them to go down the natural ramp, and the vast majority will head down there. But what I ran into, because I actually love all this old mining stuff, I left it all up. So the mobs just came over here, bashed down that wall, came walking straight across here, and dropped down right on top of my amplifier. And fortunately, I had an RPG, and that's all it turned into. Me doing massive RPG of all the mobs just walking across. And I had done a massive, massive defense throughout these this ramp area here and all this. But yeah, this natural walkway, the Husk absolutely love it. So just be aware of that. Over here, like I said, the vast majority should be heading down there. And I also know for like me, I don't like building up this side all that much because there's a good chance I'm going to place that amplifier. So basically, if you notice how huge he went on the other build, where he knows he'll never have an amplifier, here not so much, probably for the same reasons I do it. If you're going to have all this open, you might as well throw some wall darts up here just to tag the mobs as they're coming in. You might have a few try to sneak around this way. So you may want to box this off or trap it a bit. And I know this is still a work in progress. So it is not that they aren't planning to do that. They may have just not gotten there yet. But for the majority of them, we'll come down here. Launchers, floor spikes. Fortunately, they fixed the bug where the launchers now work in front of 3-tier wood. So coming through here, launcher, launcher, launcher. And even if they get through all those launchers, all of them sending them back to another launcher, you get this launcher back into probably a timeout room, probably putting some dynamos in there later on. Let's see. Yep, that's all good. But yeah, the one thing is Smasher or Propane may try to pound through or blow up this wall to get through the area. But at this low level, if you got your base on there protecting it, chances are they're not going to get through. Down here for the amplifier, they're still working on it. They have pretty basic build on it right now. But going back into here, this is the natural cave tunnel. They're still flushing that out with traps. And then, can I get around? Yep. All right. And yeah, they're still working on this amplifier, but they're still doing some new stuff with it. One thing, as you see in my videos, the husks come around, drop down, so going to have to do something with this. Right now they drop down and then they get eaten up by traps here. So, and the worst thing you saw come down there when I did it was just 1 or 2 husky husks. The rest were all low hit point mobs, so they got taken out pretty easy. I guess he's going to put down his flag. All right. Down in here. Ooh. All right. So just a zigzag back and forth. They did leave this open for mobs coming through up in there. And you definitely want to leave this open. Otherwise, they're just going to be walking on their ceiling. If you block it off, then they're just going to try to go through other tunnels that'll take them straight to the amplifier. So definitely a good thing to keep that open. For this, he just made it a big open area for them to all walk in and take this massive AoE damage. The ceiling electric fields hit a 1 tile radius. So like if something walks underneath this one trap will hit everything underneath this tile, and that one's taken up by a rock. So you're hitting everything coming through here. It's just going to be an electric storm going on, which is pretty cool. The spawn point is right over here. Since he did this amplifier first, he does not have to worry about it when he puts up the amplifier down there. So this is all pretty good. The only thing is, I'm not sure if you'll have mobs dropping down onto these off of that cliff in the future. But yeah, doing the zigzag through here, leaving it open. And actually, they can go either way. The spawn point's over there. He has it so they can come up here, or they can come over here to this ramp and come up to the amplifier. So that is a little bit different than I had on mine, and actually a pretty cool idea with it. And I was gonna head up let's see, really quick, it's always fun trying to get around other people's storm shield defenses. Looks like he had stairs up to there, but he doesn't have it open to go in. But like I said, this amplifier is still a work in progress. There we go. He has his defender pad right up there. And I keep saying he. I don't know if it's he or she. I just know PunyGaming. But yeah, got defender pad right there. So just taking out mobs as they come across. And that is about it. Once again, I mean, yeah, this is a huge, cool looking build here. Definitely something different than I've seen before. So really glad. Let me know. Oh, this was one other where you will have some mobs like the lobbers and stuff coming over here to this ramp. So just make sure you do something with that. Otherwise, because normally with this big of a build, if you block this off, all that stuff will go into your trap tunnels and they will get taken out there. But if you leave this open, they'll go around to that ramp and just sit there pounding on your fort. But yeah, I look forward to seeing how much of this survives on the spawn point on a future build. But even if that gets taken out, you still got this massive ceiling electric field. So this is awesome. Great, cool, definitely different looking base. Introducing some cool elements, basically introducing much more of the pyramid build, which is a more traditional build that you saw a lot at the very beginning of Fortnite, and then putting the trap tunnels all over the place to help strengthen it and making it soloable. So there you go. I hope you liked it. Let me know your comments and questions, what you liked and didn't like, and look forward to talking to all of you in the future. Take care.